What's up, chat?
We are at the state-of-the-art Kingdom Arena, home to many international soccer matches, heavyweight championship boxing bouts, and tonight, the WWE's Night of Champions. The final night of the King of the Ring tournament, the winner goes on to SummerSlam for a title match versus the champion of his respective brand. The WWE's Apex Predator, Randy Orton, runner-up last year in controversial manner, hopes to right that wrong against his former protege tonight, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, who is dying for another
Cody Rhodes.
opportunity at the
Dude's a
undisputed
bitch.
WWE Championship. Orton Rhodes battle for their legacy tonight. On the women's side of things, a highly competitive tournament wraps up tonight with a match too close to call. A storm is coming to Saudi Arabia. Jade Cargill is here, hell-bent on leaving the desert as Queen of the Ring. But an Empress stands in her way. One of the all-time great superstars, the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka.
Sorry if it's
Queen to her already Hall of
black
Fame
screen.
caliber
I'm
resume.
editing
Welcome,
stuff
ladies and
right
gentlemen,
now.
tonight a Champions Countdown Show.
The journey is long. The path is hard. But the destination, distant, eternal, gleaming, is somehow clear. Getting here is framed by a question and shaped by a fight. But maybe the fight isn't the hardest part. Maybe it's what you carry that's even heavier. Not just the strength and will or the grit and belief, it's the other things. The pressure of expectation, the weight of opportunity, the burden of doubt, and the simple, central, unyielding question: are you
Alright.
enough?
That should be good.
Well, the Second City Saint, CM Punk, has never won a match at Night of Champions. Tonight he hopes to change his fortune and beat John Cena for the undisputed WWE Championship and his
I gotta go to
World Championship. Welcome to the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and welcome to the Night of Champions Countdown Show. Hello again, everybody. I'm Michael Cole. So glad to be with you here this afternoon in the States, evening here in Riyadh, joined by an esteemed panel, including someone who decided that she no longer wants to hang out with the A-listers like Wayne Gretzky. She decided to hang out with the bums here in Riyadh like me and Barrett. Jackie Redmond is here.
Oh my gosh, how did I
Jackie.
know there would be an insult about 60
W.
seconds into the show? I would rather be nowhere else, Michael Cole. You are an absolute legend. I feel privileged to be here, and I did set the over-under on your first chirp at about 2.5 minutes, so I think the under one. I'll pay whoever I owe money after the show, all right?
And also joining us, he is a former King of the Ring, a 5-time Intercontinental Champion. And folks, I had to wait today 10 minutes to leave the hotel because Wade Barrett was late. When I asked Wade why he was late, he said the reason is when he walks through hotels in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, it's like Beatlemania has come back to life. Welcome, Wade.
Thank you very much. You got a little taste of Barrett Mania right here. My fans are going to pack out this arena today. Wow, it's going to be a wild, wild time in the desert. Cannot wait.
Well, it's something that I've been told I have to do. Not quite sure why, since we're inside an arena that's 75 degrees. But we're going to give the temperature now out in the desert outside in Riyadh. It is 109 degrees in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. No idea how you people live in this heat, but thank you
fucking hell.
for being
Why do I
here
keep pausing this
at
shit?
Night of Champions. It is going
I
to be
keep pausing it by
an
accident.
unbelievable night tonight. Of course, the main event, Punk and Cena, probably the last time ever.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you talk about the
Alright,
temperature. I
let's,
don't know what's hotter, the temperature here or the card that we have tonight, because the main event is one thing, but I'm excited for every single match. I feel like with Punk and Cena, though, I have to start with this. I mean, who did who better? I feel like I
Are you
need to pull the
fucking
panel
serious?
here. Did John Cena do CM Punk better than CM Punk did John Cena? Where do your votes lie?
To me, it's pretty much a tiebreak at the moment. The only thing I'm happy about, as great as the talkie was, and those are two of the greatest talkies of all time, of course, I'm just glad the time for talking is over, because tonight it is all about fighting, and it's all about the WWE champion.
We're going to break down that match in just a moment, but also King and Queen of the Rings will be crowned tonight.
So I think Paul will be joining us
What an opportunity for the
today,
winners here tonight.
Yeah, it's
right when
massive.
the
As
actual
much as I
show
enjoyed the fact
starts.
that I was a king of the ring. To me, these days, the
I
tournament
could
is
be
upgraded
mistaken,
even
but I
since back
believe
in my
he is
day.
joining
That
us today.
prize of a championship opportunity against your brand's champion at SummerSlam, it puts the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments, to me, on a par with winning the Royal Rumble now. That's
So
how
I'm
great
recording
the
through
prize
my
operates, so
Discord
it's
camera
massive,
right now.
and,
That's
huge
why it's a little
consequences
pixely,
per how tonight
because
goes.
it's
We have
zoomed
reporters
all the way in.
over the Kingdom Arena.
If
Going
that
to be
makes
hearing from them
sense.
over the next couple of hours, including our Arabic correspondent, Natalie Mamo.
But
Thank
anyway,
you, Cole.
how's
I'm
everyone
Nancy
doing
Mahmoud.
tonight?
We're coming to you live from the iconic Kingdom Arena here in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. Tonight, WWE returns for Night of Champions, the 13th premium live event happening on Saudi soil, and the stakes have never been higher. The excitement is off the charts across the Arab world as the crown awaits in the King and Queen of the Ring finals. Also, home favorite Sami Zayn returns to Saudi Arabia, this time for a head-to-head clash with Karrion Kross, and for the first time ever, we're about to witness the first street fight in the women's division between Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez. And of course, all eyes head to the main event. We've seen it in SmackDown yesterday, how CM Punk managed to win the hearts and the support of the Arab crowd just a day before two icons battle for the undisputed WWE Championship for what is CM Punk's first match in Saudi Arabia and what could be John Cena's last. Legacies, titles, and so much pride, they're all on the line tonight here in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. Now let's go back to the lockers room to hear from Byron.
Huh?
Thank you so much, Natalie.
What?
Obviously, a lot of buzz with the
What's the
fans.
most money you
That
ever
buzz
had
is
in a
matched
shot?
by the superstars themselves.
That-
Think about it.
Wait, yeah,
the
hold it
King
again.
and Queen of the Ring
Why?
tournament started with
8,000.
32 superstars.
No, yeah, it's 8,000.
Today,
Yeah.
Jade Cargill, Asuka,
Love you.
Randy Orton, and the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. So I thought it'd be interesting to kind of track how these superstars are preparing themselves, sort of the calm before the storm of the tournament tonight.
How's the audio?
Speaking of the
Audio,
storm,
audio,
there was
audio.
Jade Cargill having a nice FaceTime call with her daughter, sharing a few laughs, having some more moments,
Actually.
while Asuka, on the other hand, was actually running the steps of the arena, testing out that surgically repaired knee and making sure it's going to be good to go tonight.
Hello, hello.
On the men's side, and this is really interesting, Randy Orton. Now, in the
Hmm.
last few months, Randy Orton has really embraced the
I
role
think
of
it's
locker
fine.
room leader, interacting with superstars, mentoring those superstars. But today, Randy Orton is nowhere to be found. And in fact, it feels like
Hey, yo,
he just
Randy's nowhere to
barricaded
be
himself
found.
in his locker room, which makes you wonder what kind of thoughts could be percolating through the mind of the Viper. His opponent, Cody Rhodes, the complete opposite. He got his morning cardio session done. He was jovial, lighthearted, and super excited about tonight. Ultimately, it comes down to this: 2 superstars, 2 crowns, and 2 world title opportunities.
Oh shit.
At
Let me add
SummerSlam.
my.
That's it from the backstage perspective of the King and Queen of the Ring tournament. Back to you guys on the panel.
Let me add my chat box.
That's right, Byron. Tonight, the finals in the Queen of the Ring tournament. Who will be crowned queen and get an opportunity at a title match at SummerSlam? Will it be the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, or the Storm, Jade Cargill? Again, on the men's side of things, Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. Randy, of course, a mentor of Cody Rhodes early on in their career. They battle it out to become King of the Ring. Sami Zayn putting his pursuit of a world
that's good.
championship on the back burner momentarily to take on the man who's been a devil on his shoulder, Karrion Kross, one-on-one tonight. And the first time ever in Saudi Arabia,
that's a perfect
street
spot.
fight for this long-running rivalry. The Eradicator, Rhea Ripley, takes on Raquel Rodriguez of the Judgment Day. The United States Championship up for grabs. Jacob Fatu defends his title against the man he was once an enforcer for, none other than Solo Sikoa. And our main event tonight for the final time, one of the greatest rivalries in WWE history. CM Punk versus John Cena for the undisputed WWE Championship. And this is a very interesting matchup tonight, guys, between John Cena and CM Punk. This is sort of the rubber match, so to speak. In their career, in one-on-one matches, they each have 6 wins, and they have 1 draw.
Word.
Who does that favor tonight, do you think?
We got some oranges, chat. Yes, sir.
Man, I think both men are right up there with the best, not only of their generation, but also of all time. Both men have a tendency to get better when the spotlight is at the brightest and the pressure's at the greatest, which really is tonight. I don't think the rubber match is going to come into it for either of these two guys. They could have never competed before in their lives. Both want to win this match. Both want to leave with the gold.
Well, I'll tell you what, you guys know I love my stats, right? I got my need-to-know stat for you, and I think it plays into your very question, Michael Cole, because while they are 6-6, and John Cena is undeniably the best ever because he's got more world championships than anyone in history, there is
relax.
one stat that does not favor John Cena going into this match. John Cena has never defeated CM Punk one-on-one to win a singles championship. So while in the ring, John Cena has the most world titles, CM Punk might have John Cena's number.
And also in this rivalry, CM Punk perhaps has the biggest victory of his career. That was 2011 when he knocked off John Cena for a world championship. This is such a juxtaposition here when you're talking about these two men. I mean, compare 2025 to 2011. Cena and CM Punk in completely different places in their career.
Yeah, completely different roles.
How's everyone doing
Remember
tonight?
back in 2011,
Tonight?
CM Punk, who
This morning.
absconded with the WWE Championship against the company man John Cena. Now, John
Kinda forgot what time it was.
Cena's goal is to abscond from the world of WWE this December after his retirement is over. With
Yo,
the
chat, this
WWE
crowd
Championship.
is
And to save
loud.
the industry, to save WWE, it's now company man CM Punk. It's crazy how the roles have flipped over this course of 14 years.
I gotta get this out. John Cena's a hypocrite. Everyone talks about the John Cena pipe bomb, right? And how he did CM Punk better than CM Punk. I love this crowd, by the way. They are so amped for this show. And I understand why, but John Cena's a hypocrite. He had the audacity to get up on that top turnbuckle and say to CM Punk, "You've become everything that you said you would never be. You've become everything you said you hated." No, John Cena, I believe that's you. I think you're talking about yourself. You've become everything that you said you wouldn't be. You've become everything that you said you hated. So I just found that whole thing to be super hypocritical.
Well, Jackie, and I agree with you. And Wade, you were here, as was I, back when John Cena was battling The Rock. And John Cena had a lot of the same things to say about The Rock. You left WWE. You're on a part-time schedule. You're a movie star. Cena's doing the exact same things now. And what I'm upset about is the fact that John Cena, who has less than 6 months left in his retirement tour in WWE, is letting all of these fans down by not giving them what they want. One last chance to experience the John Cena, the hustle, loyalty, and respect, the "you can't see me," all of that stuff. He's depriving the fans of that, and that sucks.
Can I just shock you? I'm going to defend John Cena here.
Lord.
Yeah,
What a
I can't believe
surprise.
these words are not going to taste good to me, especially. But John Cena has given a ton to these fans for 20-plus years, right? He's done everything ever asked of him. They booed him. I understand his perspective, and to Jackie's point, how one person called the other.
Yo, that set is gorgeous, I'm not gonna lie. I really like that.
Over time, I'm not the same guy I was in 2010 when I was attacking the company
Thank
and
God.
holding the place to win, right? Michael Cole's a different guy. We're all different people. You're a different person than the one you were 3 weeks ago in the NHL, right? You're now back here hanging out with those losers.
Yeah, I've evolved.
The truth is, people change over the time. I'm not going to hold it against CM Punk for being a different man now than he was in 2010. I'm not going to hold it against John Cena for being a different person now than he was in 2010.
But can we agree that one's changed for the better and the other's changed for the worse?
Depending on your perspective, certainly these fans would agree with you, but John Cena is the WWE champion today because he has changed. If it was the John Cena of old, not being cutthroat, I don't know if he's still good enough in ring to win the WWE championship.
Listen, I'm not sure that that one person has changed for the better or worse. If you listen to the WWE fans, and you listen to them tonight, they're still cheering John Cena. They still love this man. Now listen, this crowd out here has been unbelievable. This crowd out here is among the best in the world when it comes to WWE fans. So it's no wonder that WWE...
Don't encourage him.
Woo! I love it, Wade. Soak it in.
But
soak
these
it in.
great fans in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, who have been serenading us for 24 hours now, there's a reason that WWE has this growing relationship with this country of Saudi Arabia. You are looking live at the capital city of Riyadh in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the hottest ticket in the world. Welcome to Riyadh.
I never lost it. I gotta keep faith. Stay to my goals now.
WWE clearly embodies the spirit of this majestic desert kingdom. What an arrival for the Maverick.
Welcome, everyone, to WWE Crown Jewel.
You are looking live at a sold-out Muhammad Abdul Arena. It is a big fight night in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. History-making heights, a moment for the ages. The Boulevard was a highlight of Riyadh season.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Riyadh, what do you want to talk about?
Tonight is nothing short of a celebration. I cannot wait. What we do next.
Get out your cameras. You're gonna want to remember this moment.
Today, from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia,
The greatest of all time against the best in the world.
one last time. John Cena, CM Punk, for the undisputed WWE Championship.
It's time CM Punk woke up as champion.
WWE Night of Champions.
Maybe
This August, WWE brings the
turn down the font size.
Live Stadium.
You know what time it is?
2 nights. Too many stars to count. SummerSlam. On a whole nother level. WWE SummerSlam. August 2nd and 3rd. Individual and combo tickets on sale now.
That might be better for like the long messages. The font I just changed it to.
Peacock is non-stop with
If someone's like
premium live events.
sending a huge message, that might be a better font
Standing
size.
out.
Welcome to the big time.
Oh,
The action.
actually, let me copy.
Witness spectacle become history all this summer live on Peacock.
Laundry. Fighting dirty.
Bring the juice, Oof.
When every day feels like Monday. Minute Maid. Bring the juice.
So this is for when Paul comes in here,
Until Pizza Hut showed up.
and this is for right now.
Hi, I'm Peter.
Looks like the meat lover's different.
Pizza Hut's hooking everyone up with more of what they love.
Hopefully Paul
Choose
comes
from
in,
4 Hut Lovers pizzas starting at $12.99 each.
because Paul
Order
did
on the
say he
app.
was coming.
You are more. You're more than just your car accident.
More than just prop.
The amount of ads on the WWE YouTube channel is kind of insane. I was trying to react to the rap battle, I guess, that Punk cut on Cena, the Punkonomics promo. Everyone is calling it Punkonomics. That shit, first of all, that was an insanely good promo. Second of all, the ads on WWE's YouTube channel are... the channel's unwatchable. The channel is quite literally unwatchable. The WWE YouTube channel is unwatchable. So try not to miss a live show like I did. You say you're gonna be watching James Gunn's Undies. That shit was crazy. I was like, hey, yo. That DC universe is about to hit, though, chat. Superman comes out, like, next week, I think. Probably should have bought my tickets already, because that shit's gonna be sold out for, like, a month. I'm not gonna be able to see that movie for, like, a month, probably.
Is Riyadh. 1 hour 37 minutes before Night of Champions. For a complete breakdown now of the Queen of the Ring bracket, Wade Barrett with some Barrettology.
The Queen's crown hangs in the balance. At Night of Champions, a new queen will rule over WWE. Her eyes set on a marquee showdown at the biggest party of the summer.
The stakes could not be higher.
Barrettology is back and here to guide you through the raucous quest to the throne.
There's a seed in here.
In the first round, fatal
I thought there weren't supposed to be seeds in these ones.
SmackDown, with the winners moving to the semi-finals. It all started as the prodigy, Roxanne Perez, would steal a pinfall to advance. Way to endear yourself, Roxanne. No one was a match for the oncoming storm as Jade Cargill roared her way into the semi-finals. While former five-time champion Alexa Bliss punched her ticket to the next round in buzzer-beater fashion.
Fire tapped out after the pinfall win.
Claiming the final spot in the semi-finals would be Asuka, as the Empress of Tomorrow stamped her return after a year-long absence with a dominant performance. With the final four set, semi-final action would kick off on SmackDown with Alexa Bliss and Asuka.
Highly skilled former champions. Empress Impact.
Over on Raw, the brash Roxanne Perez walked into the semi-finals with home court advantage. Let's just say things did not go the prodigy's way against Jade Cargill.
The winner of this matchup faces Asuka, the finals of the Queen of the Ring tournament. Roxanne putting up a hell of a fight here tonight. Face first off with Jade, and she's going to face Asuka at Night of Champions.
I'm walking in to reign.
And with that, we are down to the final two. The Storm and the Empress. Less than 2 years into her WWE career, the ascendant Jade Cargill now looks to grab her first major accolade as a singles competitor. What awaits
We got chat,
Cargill
Jade
is
or
her
Asuka?
most threatening opponent today, Asuka. The Japanese phenomenon is looking to re-solidify her standing as the most feared woman in WWE by adding a Queen of the Ring tournament victory to her already stacked resume. The woman who emerges from the battle victorious will have a one-way ticket to SummerSlam to challenge for the World Championship.
Now they go one-on-one in the Queen of the Ring tournament finals.
The WWE Universe's eyes are fixated on this generational clash. Asuka, Jade Cargill. Who will become the 2025 Queen of the Ring?
I'm currently standing by with Jade Cargill. Jade, I appreciate your time. I saw you earlier, FaceTiming your daughter, having a good moment there, but things are about to get real. And you have a real opportunity to completely change your career if you become Queen of the Ring. Where's your head at?
Byron, I'm focused. You know, I have a little girl at home that just can't wait for me to get home with my crown. Now, last night on SmackDown, Asuka made a grave mistake. She lit a fire that she can't put out. Now, I was already coming for my crown, but now I'm coming for a point to prove. And all she did was give me the motivation that I needed to take what was already mine. Because the storm is coming.
Jade, good luck tonight.
No problem.
Michael, Wade, back to you guys on the panel.
What's Jackie? No Jackie?
I'm still a bit too new here, I guess.
No, not at all. Hey, there's a lot to break down in this Queen of the Ring finals. First, let's start.
Here it is.
First, let's start with what's at stake, and that is an opportunity for a world championship at SummerSlam.
Yeah, this is a huge match. I mean, great job also, by the way.
Thank you very much.
You know, in that you really told the story
I
there.
did 1% of the work. The production team do 99%, but I get all the credit. It's fantastic. Best gig ever.
I didn't even know you could read.
All right, keep the chirps coming, Cole. I love it. But you know, you said it in that package. This is the biggest test of Jade Cargill's career. She comes over to WWE as a very highly touted acquisition, and we know a lot about her. She looks the part. She literally looks like a superhero. And Asuka said last night on SmackDown, you're powerful. You have strength. I know that. So I think the question then becomes, what else does Jade have? Because Asuka is ready for the power. She's ready for the strength. And I think, you know, this is a chance for Jade to prove that she can actually hang inside the ring with the heavy hitters, right?
And Jade is in there with a woman who's going to be a Hall of Famer. I mean, everything Asuka's already accomplished in her career. But Asuka's got an issue. She's wearing a knee brace. She missed 13 months of action because of a knee injury. Will Jade be able to exploit that tonight?
I think so, and a lot's been made of the fact that Asuka was out for over 12 months with this injury. She came straight back in, won a fatal four-way with some top contenders, won a semi-final against another top contender. I would add to that the fact that it is hot here. I know you're saying we're indoors. I'm already sweating. My jacket's off. I don't care what you're saying the temperature is in here. It is humid, and that exhausts people. And somebody who hasn't had the kind of reps over the past 12 months that Jade Cargill has had may struggle in this humidity.
Another interesting point is this is the first time that these two have ever gone one-on-one, but they know each other very well from tag team action. Asuka got hurt back in May of 2024 at Backlash in Lyon, France, during a tag team championship match where the Kabuki Warriors lost to Jade and Bianca. Do you think, as a competitor, that getting injured in that match with Jade in the ring is going to be in the mind of Asuka tonight?
Yeah, I don't think it will. I think the nature of that injury was a bit of a freak incident. It wasn't a target attack by Jade Cargill and Bianca on the knee. They weren't trying to put her out for good or anything like that. I think as competitors, we realize, hey, sometimes things just go wrong and there's nothing you can do about it. It's just one of those things. I don't think the specter of that is going to hang over Asuka here.
So, Jackie, Jade Cargill's never had an opportunity at a singles championship in WWE. In your opinion, who is this match more important to, Jade or Asuka?
I think Jade. I think Jade for some of the reasons I mentioned before. And also, you bring up the tag tag team division, right? Like, a lot of Jade Cargill's success so far in WWE has been with the help of one of the best women's superstars we've ever seen in the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair. I think this is a huge statement-making opportunity for Jade Cargill to say, hey, not only am I more than my looks and my strength and my voice, I can do this in the ring and I can do it by myself. Asuka's already proven that she can do that. I mean, the girl's won everything, right? So for me, it's all about Jade Cargill tonight for me.
Yo, if they do 2 WrestleManias next year, that is so whack. I'm not gonna lie.
I think Asuka has been to the mountaintop several times already. Jade Cargill is still clambering to get up there, and this could be the night that really puts her to the very
I'm one event from seeing all 4 Big Fours, and I won't be finishing that that quest next year because Royal Rumble is in Saudi, so I'm good with that.
First time ever in Saudi Arabia, it is a street fight. Raquel Rodriguez rekindles a long-time rivalry with Rhea Bloody Ripley. Street fight here tonight.
When I first came to the Performance Center, I felt very alone. And Raquel, she was one that I sort of just gravitated to instantly. We sort of just felt like we only had each other. We had each other's backs when no one else did.
This is my friend. I love her very much. I love you very much.
We actually got matching R&R tattoos. That's how close we are. Well, we were. I guess things change. People change.
Raquel Rodriguez assaulting Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley thinks she runs Monday Night Raw. Rhea is the strongest and most dominant female in all of WWE. Except for me. Rhea Chiquita, the only reason you rose to the top is because I was gone. I am not going to let Rhea run through our division.
The winner of the Queen of the Ring gets an opportunity at a championship at SummerSlam. Wait a minute! Raquel Rodriguez, where did she come from?
Raquel, you really tried to paint yourself in a pretty little picture, like you didn't deserve the beatings that I've been giving you. See, the difference between you and I is when you betrayed me, it was with malice and ego, where everything I've done to you has been deserved.
Rhea Ripley just cost Raquel Rodriguez. Turnabout is fair
Damn.
play.
Rhea, me jodiste y ahora lo vas a ver, pendeja. You're not gonna screw me out of Queen of the Ring and get away with it. I can drag you out here by that nose ring, or you can make it easy for yourself and get in here and take the beating you deserve, mamona.
Be careful what you wish for, Raquel. Look at the fury in the eyes of mommy. You want tables, Benita? You want tables? Roxanne Perez from behind.
Tahana bomb through the table. That segment was fire. With Roxanne and Raquel.
On Night of Champions.
Yeah, sounds good.
About a street fight.
Even better.
Well, these two have a hell of a history. Former best friends, now mortal enemies.
And the smartest thing for you to do is walk away. But we all know you're not going to do that. So since you won't end this, I will.
Raquel's not the same person that I knew back then. And you're gonna have to kill me.
Damn, these are fucking good ass video packages, I'm not gonna lie. This feels like an A tier pay-per-view. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, Rhea, to say
It
the
really
tension
does.
was palpable between you and Raquel at yesterday's kickoff event might be a massive understatement. I know you guys have a ton of history, but for our viewers, like, what's at the root of this hatred that you guys so clearly have for each other?
mean, look, you can go on YouTube and you can witness it for yourself. There is clear evidence as to how this all started, and it's all Raquel's fault. Like, I cannot take the blame here at all because we were best friends in NXT. I looked at her like she was a sister to me. I didn't have my family when I moved over here. I was very vulnerable, very shy, very timid.
Facts.
And she's the one that I latched onto and I loved like a sister. And then once I started skyrocketing and getting the success that I got, and I got to face Shayna Baszler for the title, the NXT Women's Championship, that's when she turned. And everything that we had together disappeared. All the matching tattoos, all the traveling together buddies, we got so many matching tattoos. So I always have a reminder on me somewhere of what she meant to me and what she has done to me.
And now it comes down to this, a street fight. She has experience in this situation. She was saying yesterday after this match, it's gonna be all about Raquel. This is your first ever street fight. What are you willing to do to get the win over Raquel and prove your point?
What am I willing to do? I mean, anything. Anything and absolutely everything. We went to war in NXT and we had a last woman standing match. We've had a no-holds-barred match. We're 1-for-1. She kicked me out of NXT and I kicked her out of the main roster pretty much. So this one, it's the lucky middle one, and we're gonna see who's going to triumph and be victorious, but I will stop at absolutely nothing to put her through the ground and keep her there because she's a thorn in my side since NXT, and I'm so sick and tired of her playing the victim. Like, it's always been all about me and I've been a golden child because I haven't. She knows the struggles and all the stuff that I've had to go through to get to where I am today. So whenever she says stuff like that, it pisses me off to a point that I want to smash her face in. So that's what you're going to see tonight.
All right, one last one for you. You know, ever since you dropped your championship, you've had some opportunities to get back in the title picture, Money in the Bank, Queen of the Ring. How important do you think this win is, aside from all the personal stuff, just to get back into the championship picture?
It's my baby. It's my baby, and I'm gonna stop at nothing to get my baby back. And I know that I've had triumphs, I've had down periods, I've gone through that roller coaster of emotions. I've got wins, I got losses, I've done things that I'm not so proud of to get to places that I wanted to be. And that's what I'm gonna have to do again. I'm gonna have to go through people to get what I want, because at the end of the day, if I don't want the championship, then what the hell am I doing in this business? If I don't want to be the top dog, then what the hell am I doing here in the WWE? If I don't want to be the best that I can be, then why don't I just quit? So I'm so sick and tired of people being like, oh, Rhea shouldn't want the championship. No, Rhea bloody Ripley wants the bloody championship. I want the gold. I want to be the top dog. This is my division, and I got to prove and show everyone exactly who Rhea bloody Ripley is once again.
All right, well, the intensity is emanating off of you. You talk about going through people. I guess that starts tonight with Raquel in a street fight. Thank you for this, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Well, very fired up and emotional Rhea Ripley in that interview. I want to talk about the early days first. And back in 2021, last woman standing match between Raquel Rodriguez and Rhea Ripley, a bit similar to what we'll see tonight in the street fight. Raquel won that match. Does that play it all into tonight?
100%. I was there for that match. I was at the desk in NXT calling that match. I saw up close and personal just how heated things got between the two of them. And I believe that Rhea Ripley is a bully. And I don't mean that as an insult. She's a bully in ring. She physically bullies all of her opponents. The one issue with Raquel is that Rhea Ripley simply cannot, because Raquel is bigger, Raquel is stronger, and I believe Raquel is tougher than Rhea bloody Ripley.
But Jackie, after that, the last woman standing match, Rhea has never lost a match to Raquel Rodriguez from that point on. So I think Raquel probably has that in her mind as well.
I would imagine she does. I mean, what Rhea Ripley has accomplished in WWE is undeniable. What's interesting to me is the recent run that Rhea Ripley is on ever since dropping her championship, right? She has failed to win the quote-unquote big ones, right? She lost at WrestleMania, she lost at Money in the Bank. Every time she's had a chance to get back on the path to a championship, she hasn't been able to get over the hump and get the W. I think there's a little bit of pressure on Rhea Ripley right now.
Well, the Judgment Day has had a lot to do with that as well. I mean, Raquel Rodriguez, of course, costed her in the Queen of the Ring. And ever since Rhea Ripley was exorcised, so to speak, from the Judgment Day, it's just been a thorn in her side. They just won't go away.
Yeah, well, Rhea Ripley is, of course, one of the top dogs in the entire division. They have a bunch of history. They kind of are tied together for eternity. I don't believe they're ever not going to have beef. They're never going to smooth things over. And I think that Raquel is somebody who was so close to Liv Morgan, who, of course, unfortunately has suffered a devastating injury recently, is going to be AWOL for a while. Raquel sees that as an opportunity to step up and fill the void that Liv Morgan has left. And a big part of doing that is finally putting Rhea Ripley down for good.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I completely agree with you. I wanted to say those exact things. I think if I'm Raquel and I beat the likes of Rhea Ripley tonight in a street fight, no less, I'm going immediately to Adam Pearce, and I am asking for a singles title opportunity because I think that's how much a win over someone like Rhea would be for Raquel.
Well, Raquel also has a lot in her mind, and Wade alluded to it. Liv Morgan, her tag team champion, out for months now after shoulder surgery. Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis, the general managers of Raw and SmackDown, still trying to determine what is going to happen to those tag team titles. So that's probably weighing on Raquel's mind as well.
Yeah, of course. I mean, they have a number of options. We've all seen champions, because of injuries, stripped of their titles in the past. Even if it's a tag champion who is healthy, if their partner goes down, they can be stripped. Alternatively, there may be a replacement. And I can think of one young lady who might be the perfect fit, a young minx named Roxanne Perez. She's been quite active with the junior.
And it's funny you
I'll
bring
be
up
right back,
her name,
Chuck.
because remember, in a street fight, there are no disqualifications in a street fight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we continue with the Countdown Show, live from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, just after this. This crowd is hyped up.
Welcome to Saturday night's main event.
Saturday night's main event is back. The lights, the legends, the chaos. And now, the Icon returns for one final match.
You're next.
Goldberg, Gunther, for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. No one spared, everyone speared. Saturday night's main event, live nationwide, Saturday, July 12th at 8 on NBC and Peacock.
Laundry, fighting dirty.
Bring the juice, Oos.
When every day feels like Monday, Minute Maid, bring the juice.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering. Like the people who keep this country moving, doing what they do best. Helping neighbors, pitching in, and getting it done. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
No one does you like you. A true original. It may be that one and only laugh of yours. That face you make. Yes, that's the one. Or the way you share your passions with the world. You're the one and only you. And speaking of, there's the one and only Botox Cosmetic, the only product of its kind, FDA approved for over 20 years. The original prescription treatment for moderate to severe frown lines, crow's feet, and forehead lines. Botox Cosmetic effects may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox Cosmetic if you have skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow, eyelid drooping or swelling. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects. Learn more at BotoxCosmetic.com.
Every day, our world gets a little more connected, but a little further apart. But there are moments that remind us to be more human.
Thank you for calling Amica.
Hey, I was just in an accident.
But are you okay? Don't worry, we'll get you taken care of.
At Amica, we understand that looking out for each other isn't new or groundbreaking. It's human.
Dear beachcombers and early risers, wine tasters and music lovers, city adventurers, family travelers, and epic memory makers, sightseers and selfie takers, history lovers and thrill seekers, to the movers, the shakers, and the moment chasers. This is your invitation. Let's Texas.
When your primary purpose is to care for the world, you'd start with your first patient. Until you're accessible anywhere. You make complexities your specialties and put compassion before anything else. All to redefine what's possible. For everyone, everywhere. For every care in the world. Cleveland Clinic.
Hilton is bringing you more new ways to stay than ever before. With all new places, there's all new experiences to enjoy. Hilton for the stay.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia, it has really been a weekend of champions so far. Last night, Friday Night SmackDown took place here in Kingdom Arena. Nia Jax was involved in a WWE Women's Championship match against the champion Tiffany Stratton, and it was last woman standing. Julia's been dominated the United States champ.
Yes, she has. And Zelina Vega got the sting knocked out of her early in this one. But you know, Vega is not going to give up.
There's the resilience of Meteora. Zelina Vega beginning to build momentum. Code Red delivered by Zelina for the win. Is it enough? And Julia gets her feet on the bottom rope, Wade.
She hit her nuke. What is it going to take to put this Japanese superstar away? Arriva Dutchy, maybe the kiss of death.
Zelina is down. Julia with the cover. The Northern Lights bomb brings her the championship. Julia's biggest win on Friday Night SmackDown brings her United States Championship gold. Told you it's a weekend of champions here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. We'll show you highlights of the last women's standing match and the tag team championship match a bit later on. But a big night tonight for the man who is known as the underdog from the underground, none other than Sami Zayn. Will be a fan favorite here tonight in Riyadh. He has a lot on his mind as he prepares to battle Karrion Kross here tonight. You know, this is an interesting match for Sami Zayn because he's been obsessed with the fact that he wants to one day become world champion. He has to put that aside for a moment because now he has to deal with this guy who, and I'd like to call Karrion Kross the devil on Sami Zayn's shoulder. He's trying to get Sami, Jackie, to embrace the dark side because Kross says if Sami does that, he'll become champion.
Listen, Karrion Kross is like walking rage bait. He just makes people so mad and so annoyed, and I feel like Sami Zayn, we saw him fall victim to that on Monday night, right? He fell right into Karrion Kross's trap. I mean, Karrion Kross might as well have said, checkmate, I just got exactly what I wanted. I mean, I know that Karrion Kross is a bit of a jerk and I'm not supposed to like him, but I feel like I want to start calling him Master Chef because every week he's cooking and every week I'm eating it up. Like, he is so funny, even though he's a jerk. And I think the WWE Universe sees that, and we see how they react to him, you know, backstage, in arenas, online. And I think he's very much in control, sort of coming into this match.
Well, ask the New Day what Karrion Kross is capable of. They changed their entire demeanor because of this guy.
Ask anyone who went through NXT when Karrion Kross was pretty much running that show for about 2 straight years, how dangerous Karrion Kross. And I think a lot of people have slipped into the mistake of believing Karrion Kross isn't that big a deal because he hasn't been too prominent on programming and PLEs over the last year or so. That could change tonight.
Byron Saxton is standing by with Karrion Kross.
Karrion Kross, Scarlett, I appreciate the time of both you. Karrion, first things first, congratulations on your first premium live event match in quite some time. But with that said, you've obviously done a great job of getting under the skin of Sami Zayn. What are you trying to prove here tonight?
What I'm trying to prove is the truth. It's the truth that I see. It's the truth that the entire WWE Universe should see. That Sami Zayn is a misdirection artist. He's a liar. He's a liar. He's not a good guy. This is a charade. He almost believes the things that he's saying. He's trying to convince himself that he's some other guy. He's got this horrible, violent history. You know what he does? He collects sympathy, and he weaponizes that and uses that as a vehicle to put himself in advantageous positions. Want some examples? And by the way, I love how you want to talk about Sami Zayn. Everything's about Sami Zayn's story and becoming the world champion. Sami Zayn can't shut up about becoming the world champion. Nobody ever wants to ask me about my story. Funny, eh? That's okay. I'll proceed with humility. Because guess what? The entire world is talking about my story right now. I don't want to get in trouble and have another viral moment. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Karrion. Thank you, Scarlett. Back to you guys on the panel.
Listen, there's no doubt about it. Karrion Kross is a psychopath. He's psychotic, but like any good psychopath, a lot of the stuff that he's saying may ring true to a lot of people, including the WWE fans, and obviously Jackie Redmond's bought into all this.
I am a little bit. I think the one thing that we can't deny is that everyone is talking about Karrion Kross right now. He is creating his own reality. And to answer your question before, I worry about Sami Zayn in this spot because Sami Zayn is coming off a loss.
I had to go talk.
And if he loses a week
I had
later
to go talk
on
to
a big
someone real
PLE
quick.
stage to Karrion Kross, I mean, that's not getting Sami
back
to the
now.
front of the line for a world championship opportunity. But Karrion Kross, I mean, he has everything to gain. He has a chance to prove that he doesn't just cook on the sidelines and feed the fans these viral moments that he calls them. He has a chance to prove he can cook in the ring too. And if he does that, you said it, Wade, he can really change the trajectory of his career. Maybe we'll start seeing him on more PLEs.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people call Karrion Kross the devil on a shoulder and a psychopath. One thing I haven't heard anyone call Karrion Kross is a liar. Tell me one thing he said about Sami Zayn so far that isn't actually true. Sami Zayn, historically, no offense to the guy, has not been good enough to beat the world champions. He's had several attempts. Sami Zayn works in an incredibly violent industry, yet he presents himself as the picture of purity. These things to me don't add up. And of course, I think Sami Zayn is going to be highly fired up to punish Karrion Kross tonight, which further taps into the message that Karrion Kross has been telling us all.
Bottom line is all this. You can create viral moments. You can get a lot of WWE fans behind you in your corner. But you got to produce in the ring, and you got to win. To me, this is a must-win for Karrion Kross tonight.
Before you produce in the ring, you have to be given an opportunity to produce in the ring, and that's been the issue from Karrion Kross's perspective. Opportunity knocks tonight, Karrion. Make it count.
Yeah,
What does it say about me that I like a psycho?
Well, I mean, you were putting them over. Nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the Kingdom Arena. It is filling up for what is going to be Night of Champions here tonight, including the main event, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, and the United States Championship on the line. Jacob Fatu defends against Solo Sikoa.
At WrestleMania, everyone saw what I already knew. That Jacob Fatu, he's the future. But let me remind you something. Nobody wanted Jacob except me. I love you, Solo! They thought he was trouble. Thought he was too much of a risk. Who saw his ass right now? But you know who changed that? Me. I'm the reason that Jacob's the champion.
Jacob Fatu in his first defense at Backlash.
Solo Sikoa may be saving his championship. Oh, who the hell? JC Mateo!
Whatever the deal, Solo Sikoa has struck here. Fatu apparently had no clue.
I didn't need y'all help at Backlash. I don't trust you. I don't know you. He ain't my blood, and he damn sure ain't my family.
You really trust Jacob after what he did tonight, man? JC, my man, he worried too much. He is literally all gas and no brains. Okay, I got it under control.
Solo's closing into the
Solo said,
What?
I wouldn't be nothing if it
Love you.
This is exactly what happens when you don't get in, where you fit in. You, Jacob. So you love me, huh? The way I see things is you've been using me. You brought me in because you thought I was gonna bring you gold? Hey, Solo, look at me when I'm speaking to you. Ever since I won this U.S. title, you're the one that been acting different. And if that's what I think it is, then fight me for it.
The softly spoken words of Solo Sikoa were as hollow as they come.
Jimmy Uso
Made the same, albeit too briefly.
You want to talk smack? Just stay there, look.
The way you stepping up to Solo, that's what I should have done a long time ago.
If you just get in where you fit in, then we gonna be all right, Big Jim.
I brought you into this world, and I will take you out.
Solo, you better get in where you fit in. Cause if you don't, I'm about to dog walk your ass for the U.S. Championship. Yarra, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm standing in the ring right now because this ring, in all likelihood, will become a battlefield between Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. But that battlefield is going to have a lot of irony involved with it. When you look at a guy like Jacob Fatu, for years, he was seen as someone by people in this company as a can't-miss prospect, someone who is an ultra-talented athlete. But the problem was Jacob Fatu's reputation. A reputation as being self-destructive, a reputation of lacking discipline. Well, insert Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa manages to bring Jacob Fatu to WWE despite that reputation. But here's the irony. A little over a year after that happened, now it's Solo Sikoa who's using that same reputation against Jacob Fatu, of being undisciplined, of being self-destructive. All gas, no brains. So the way you can look at it is this match is going to end one of two ways. Solo Sikoa will prove that the reputation is correct and he will beat Jacob Fatu and become the new United States champion. However, we could also see Samoan Werewolf prove that he is more than capable of hunting alone. Michael, Jackie, Wade, back to you.
Hey, Byron, one thing, it's interesting seeing you actually standing up in the middle of the ring, usually on your back looking up at the lights. Got it.
Uncalled for. Completely uncalled for.
Some great points made from Byron there, though, and here's the situation. Everybody's talking about how Solo was so gracious to bring Jacob Fatu to WWE, and he did. And he brought him here, and he gave him a good life. But as what I've seen transpire over the last year is Solo Sikoa using Jacob Fatu, becoming jealous and bitter of Jacob Fatu, and now he brings in another guy to make sure Jacob Fatu's kicked to the curb so Solo can now get the United States Championship.
No, I mean, you've got that completely backward. You've been drinking the Jacob Fatu Kool-Aid.
I haven't been drinking.
It's good Kool-Aid.
Who's been using who here? That's the question. We all know Jacob Fatu. For years, we'd all heard his name, Mr. Untouchable. OG Bloodline, family members, when they were running hot and all the power, they never brought him in for a reason. That he was too dangerous. WWE management, they saw the hype online. They never brought him in. Too dangerous. Solo Sikoa risked his own neck to bring Jacob Fatu into this company. Guided Jacob Fatu to become the star he is now, where all around the world, everywhere we go, people want Jacob Fatu. Thanks to Solo Sikoa.
Jacob Fatu created that for himself.
No, because the door was opened by Solo Sikoa. Now Jacob Fatu has got everything he wants. He doesn't need Solo Sikoa anymore. He kicks Solo Sikoa to the curb. You can laugh all you want. These are facts, Michael Cole.
I'm so excited to finally get to disagree with you. Delulu is not the Solulu. What's happening right now is Solo is experiencing a little bit of karma, I think, right? Roman Reigns brought Solo Sikoa in to be a quote-unquote enforcer. Fast forward, Solo Sikoa Sokoa takes the Ulafala. He's self-proclaiming himself the new tribal chief. And now the enforcer that he brought in, Jacob Fatu, is serving him a very similar dish. I think Solo's getting maybe a little taste of his own medicine. I don't know.
I agree with Jackie. I think Solo Sikoa is bitter and he's jealous, and he would like.
He is jealous for sure. Good word.
And he would like nothing better than to take the United States Championship from Jacob Fatu.
Well, there's no doubt about that. I'd like to take the United States Championship from Jacob Fatu. I just physically can't do it, and I'm not going anywhere near the guy. But yeah, of course, that's a real sweetener. But this is a family rift. There's some severe bitterness between these two, and I think this is going to be a savage affair. And I suspect, for the first time, Jacob Fatu is going to be taught a valuable lesson by Solo Sikoa.
Night of Champions is going to be electric thanks to the WWE fans here in Riyadh. We're at the Kingdom of Arena, getting set for Night of Champions. Plenty more to come. Yeah, keep that chant up. Plenty more to come on the countdown to Night of Champions.
This summer, WWE and Paris join forces for 2 unstoppable nights. With the first ever Clash in Paris, followed by a massive Monday Night Raw. Witness Paris light up the world. WWE Clash in Paris and Monday Night Raw. Tickets on sale now.
With Chevy Equinox EV.
champions. It's actually, as I mentioned before, been a weekend of champions. Friday night SmackDown last night saw the Street Profits defend the tag team titles against the Wyatt Six. Tag team championship match. Dawkins now dragged out by DIY. Fight gets underway outside the ring, and now Los Garces gets involved. The official has to call for the bell. Uncle Howdy sends Big Red Eric Rowan to the ring, and Rowan now pancaking DIY. Four-on-one. Rowan finally sent over the top rope. Uh-oh. Sister Abigail. Dawkins gonna fly.
Oh, that was sick.
Oh, God! The tag team champions standing tall, but I don't believe the Wyatt Six are through yet. Wade, you said at ringside last night, the tag team division is wild right now on Friday Night SmackDown.
Yeah, pretty much since January, it has been non-stop chaos in that division. The championships have bounced around several times until the Street Profits laid down the gauntlet, beat all teams, and have looked like the powerhouse duo ever since. Well, enter the Wyatt Six. Things change in a hurry around here on SmackDown, and I can see 5, 6, maybe 7 teams of chaos going forward.
Also a tremendous last woman standing match between Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax last night for the WWE Women's Championship. We'll show you highlights here in just a little bit. But let's talk about the main event last night, which was CM Punk and John Cena face-to-face, although it was some punkonomics from CM Punk. How do you think Punk did?
Cole, I mean, I loved it. I thought it was incredible. I want to know, I mean, you were around, you were ringside when that was who John Cena was. I think your opinion on this matters more than either of ours.
Well, I think Punk did an unbelievable job. He hit John below the belt on a couple of occasions, but I think John deserved it after the pipe bomb from the week prior. To me, it was pretty cool seeing CM Punk get out of the shell a little bit, not be that serious Punk all the time. Have a little bit of fun with a serious undertone with Cena last night.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think it was the perfect retort to Cena's effort at a pipe bomb the week before, where Cena himself took some low blows at Punk. And I would say last night's rap was the last thing that John Cena was expecting. Some ghosts of his past came to the fore, and John Cena at the end of that rap was completely rattled.
It was the perfect balance from Punk Life, I guess is what it said on the screen, of like serious jabs and making like a solid rap, and then just like the perfect amount of cringe considering Punk's age being dressed like that. He will be a meme forever. That's never going anywhere.
And the talking is over now, because tonight it's our main event. The last time ever you're going to see CM Punk and John Cena in the ring at the same time. This, of course, for the undisputed WWE Championship. Cena versus CM Punk. One more time.
Yin and Yang. Two entities in constant flux and transformation. Totally interdependent to exist. John Cena and CM Punk. Yin and Yang. John Cena, the clean-cut, untouchable chosen one.
If you want some, come get some!
A decorated champion. A valiant in-ring competitor, and above all else, a man of the people. And after more than 2 decades in the spotlight, an icon who once set the standard of hustle, loyalty, and respect. CM Punk. The loud, defiant voice of the voiceless. The rebel who was never meant to be king.
I've been the best ever since day one. There's one thing you're better at than I am, John, and that's kissing ass.
His desire to sit alone atop the summit would lead to bitterness and resentment, self-destruction and banishment. But time changes everything. Yin becomes Yang. yang becomes yin, contrasting dualities destined to be bound. And the battle in which these two have been endlessly engaged finds itself with new motivation.
That title has corrupted you.
I've been the victim of an abusive relationship for 25 years. You sit on your ass and watch me be great.
Instead of a graceful exit, John Cena, detached and disillusioned, has vowed to
ruin wrestling for everyone.
While CM Punk has returned from exile, a beacon of hope and change. A new face for the company he once vowed to burn down. The balance has shifted. Light becomes shadow. Shadow now stands in the sun.
I have shut your mouth and beaten your best.
You can't beat me. When I'm at my best, you never could. I won the title. I left with the title. You're trying to follow in my footsteps.
I hate this idea that you're the best in the world. You're not. I'm the greatest of all time. The truth is, Punk, I am jealous that you have conned these people that you're the best in the world. Remember who gave you the stage for your pipe bomb, pal? And what have you done with it since then, huh?
You see they dropped the pipe bomb Funko Pop drop?
Balls in your court, hero.
The OG pipe bomb? They dropped the Funko Pop.
I see through you. Positioned once again upon opposing shores for a final reckoning.
It is one of the all-time great rivalries in the history of WWE. As Corey Graves mentioned in that package, a complete role reversal as we head into the main event tonight. Wade, I'm going to put you on the spot. Who wins this match for the undisputed WWE Championship?
I think it's going to be CM Punk. I think John Cena has probably met his match tonight. I think CM Punk knows every dirty trick in the book, regardless of how mature and benevolent CM Punk may present these days. Deep down at heart, the guy's a winner, and whatever it takes tonight, John Cena meets his match.
Jackie?
Oh my gosh. You know, I said this earlier in the show, and I'll say it again because I think it's worth repeating. The stat I came into this show with is that John Cena has never defeated CM Punk with a title on the line via pinfall or submission. So part of me feels like CM Punk has John Cena's number, but that John Cena didn't stoop as low as this John Cena is willing to go. So for me, as much as CM Punk knows every trick in the book, I don't know. John Cena has proven over the last couple of months he's willing to just fall from grace and do whatever it takes, regardless of what any of us think, to get it done. He's willing to be disgusting about it, and he'll do that again against CM Punk.
Well, John Cena wraps up his career in WWE as the retirement tour ends at the end of this year. Last visit for John to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. He promises to leave as the last real champion in WWE, and he's on the road, Wade, to do just that. Now, the winner of this match tonight will probably headline SummerSlam at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey against either Cody Rhodes or Randy Orton, who battle in the King of the Ring tournament tonight. Will it be Cena? Will it be Punk? We'll find out that in our main event tonight. But for John Cena, again, he's well on his way to leaving WWE as the, quote, last real champion.
Yeah, trying his best to ruin wrestling. Well, CM Punk, if he isn't a legend already, if he hasn't made enough headlines already in his career, he can be the guy who saves WWE, saves the future of this industry.
How ironic.
Saves that championship and the legacy attached to it. Like, one more for the record books for CM Punk if he can get it done tonight.
Yeah, he's looking for a 6th world championship, but as we just mentioned, Jackie, it is ironic that it comes down to CM Punk, who may be the person that needs to save WWE from John Cena.
Yeah, John Cena is the epitome of you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. He has become the villain, low blow after low blow along the way, to get it done, to make history, to cement himself for now as the greatest of all time. So I know you think CM Punk's going to get it done tonight. I wish I felt the same, but I just think John Cena is willing to stoop lower than anyone else because CM Punk, you know, has evolved a little bit, and I think he wants to prove he can still beat John Cena clean.
Well, despite everything that I've said and that many people have said about John Cena, I do truly believe that John is the greatest of all time, that he is the GOAT, that he's a 17-time world champion, and as the months and days tick away, I think John Cena may make good on his promise to leave WWE as the last real champion. Again, the winner of this match tonight will probably defend the undisputed WWE Championship at SummerSlam against the winner of the King of the Ring tournament, Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. And that takes place at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. The first ever two-night SummerSlam coming up the first weekend of August. Well, last weekend we had a meeting across the river at the Javits Center on the West Side Highway. It was part of Fanatics Fest. Athletes and entertainers from all over the world spending the weekend with what amounted to be record crowd of over 100,000 fans. Of course, we had the SummerSlam kickoff show, which featured Jey Uso and John Cena, Triple H, among others. Then entertainers and athletes, well, they all wanted to be WWE superstars. They would try to do superstars entrances, and then some of our superstars would even be involved in, well, athletic events and competition against some of our own WWE fans. Cool seeing James Harden dressing up as Hulk Hogan. It was an incredible event, and of course it was capped off on Sunday with the press conference for the massive, one of the biggest boxing matches in history that will take place September 13th at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Crawford for the unified super middleweight championship. That was actually the second press conference on this tour. The first was right here in Riyadh a week prior, and then had another one yesterday out in Las Vegas, which was a lot calmer than the first two were. But this
Wait, they're doing a boxing card at Allegiant?
Match, at least of this century.
Yeah, 2 pound-for-pounders, man, massive reputation. Something's got to give. Cannot wait to check this one out.
And again, Alvarez versus Crawford. I'm picking Canelo Alvarez. I don't know how you bet against him, but it's going to be incredible in Las Vegas in September.
Listen, I've never seen a boxing fight live. It's on my bucket list, so I gotta talk to CM Punk since he's the face of TKO and see if he can help me out and get me to one of these boxing fights.
Do you guys want to know how big this fight is for Las Vegas? Of course, WrestleMania going to Las Vegas again next year. We were there last year. We brought in a ton of publicity for Las Vegas, but this fight is so huge that the UNLV Running Rebels football team actually had to move their opening game of their season back a week so they could accommodate this massive fight. Alvarez-Crawford, September 13th, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Well, you know, WWE's newest series, LFG, is back for Season 2. 16 athletes in the WWE Performance Center are competing for a chance at an NXT contract with the help of 4 Hall of Famers: Undertaker, Booker T, Bubba Ray Dudley, and Michelle McCool. The competition is fierce, and the 4 newest members of LFG are looking to make a name for themselves as this season promises to be even crazier and more intense than Season 1.
Hey, all the way to the bait, baby. Oh, yes!
The draft has concluded, and tonight, all 4 of the newest future greats will have the opportunity to showcase themselves in matches.
I'll tell you what, Trill London impressing out of the gate. His first match here on LFG.
The athleticism, the former NFL safety from the Miami Dolphins.
Nice timing on that. Wow, all right. Very impressive debut for Trill London. Our first look at Summer Sorrell here on LFG.
Welcome to LFG, Summer, but I'm not going to slow down for you, so you better keep up.
There we go. Fire up, kid. Hurry up.
DJ, in that ring, you're dead to me.
Break him down.
Ooh.
Wow. Hayes, welcome to LFG.
Oh, my. Monster.
The season is going to be crazy.
Get out your cameras. You're going to want to remember this moment.
On June 28th in Riyadh, the last great champion returns.
This will be a historic event.
John Cena, one final time in Saudi Arabia.
Tonight,
Christmas now. WWE Night of Champions.
Laundry, fighting dirty.
Bring the juice, Oos.
When every day feels like Monday, Minute Maid, bring the juice.
Road trip.
From the hip.
Roll with it.
Change your POV.
WTV.
Tell reality, BRB.
Let your engines roll. Try a new pour. You never know what's in store. See some OMG. Maybe an ET.
Or the world's oldest trees.
Travel Nevada. Get a little out there.
The one and only Botox Cosmetic. The only...
Which people actually watched me, bro? You watching it with me or no? Might stream in the living room with my bro. I gotta see if I can figure out how to set it up. I'll be right back. Do something else. Alright, chat. Hold on. Bruh, they blocked it. That's whack. How does everyone else do it together? How does everyone do it together without a delay is the real question. Is it black?
Yeah, it's just black.
Bruh. That's so lame. How the fuck do people do this? People stream their Peacock on Discord and watch it together.
Okay, so what about activity strategies that briefcase to get it done?
Watch this match last night. Right.
Okay.
That's very cool. Hey. Max. Stop.
Let's sing on a pass.
Alright, you can leave the call now.
Fine.
What can I do here? I was streaming through Discord because he was going to join. I don't even know if he was joining or not. I'm sorry, chat. We've been having some technical difficulties over here. I'm trying to swap stream from my PC to my laptop in the living room, and that's a pain in the ass. I wish the camera wire on my PC was just long enough to reach the living room, but it's not. It's not even long enough to leave my room, really. So I don't know what's going on. I was set up to stream alone because my brother was supposed to go out with someone, but I don't know, something happened, I guess. What's good, fam? I'm back with another video. I fell asleep hella early.
Package that was. Job well done by the folks behind the scenes, and of course Michael Cole with the narration. Listen, we all know the legacy of Stone Cold Steve Austin, but when it comes to Austin 316, Byron, why do you think that took the way that it did?
It was just different. I remember watching as a fan, and up to that point, Stone Cold Steve Austin had been known as the ringmaster. Wasn't really going anywhere in WWE. Then he cuts his promo, and he's talking differently than any other superstar I'd ever seen. He was more brash than any superstar, and he started a movement. Heck, I started going to high school wearing blue jeans and combat boots. And
I cannot see you in that outfit.
That was a thing.
Pictures or it didn't happen, Byron.
Yeah, well, I'll
hey,
hook you
Twitter,
up later.
put it together.
I'll hook you up later.
Photoshop it.
But instead of chugging beers, I was chugging high seas.
That I believe. That I actually believe. But you know what? I think, too, you come into these venues, and we're so lucky to do what we do every week and see the WWE Universe. And if you're a superstar that 15, 20 years from now can walk into a venue and still see people in your shirt and still see merchandise flying off the show. Like, Stone Cold is still making bank off of merch, off of store merch.
Well, he made bank also 24 years after the inception of Austin 316, because if you recall, on 316 day, the very first one, 2020, I celebrated with Stone Cold Steve Austin and also got kicked in the discos as a result.
Okay, well, listen, that's enough of that. We're going to turn our attention. Yeah, we're done with this topic. Listen, enough. You said enough. We're going to turn our attention now to the Queen of the Ring final tonight. Asuka has returned. She is looking to get back to where she was when she left. And Jade Cargill with a chance to really prove herself in one-on-one competition, arguably her biggest competition to date in WWE. But of course, both of these women had to earn their way to this final. So here's Wade Barrett with how they did that.
The Queen's crown hangs in the balance.
At Night of Champions, a new queen will rule over WWE. Her eyes set on a marquee showdown at the biggest party of the summer.
The stakes could not be higher.
Barrettology is back and here to guide you through the raucous quest to the throne. In the first round, fatal four-way matchups took place throughout Raw and SmackDown, with the winners moving to the semi-finals. It all started as the prodigy, Roxanne Perez, would steal a pinfall to advance. Way to endear yourself, Roxanne. No one was a match for the oncoming storm as Jade Cargill roared her way into the semi-finals. While former five-time champion Alexa Bliss punched her ticket to the next round in buzzer-beater fashion.
Fire tapped out after the pinfall win.
Claiming the final spot in the semi-finals would be Asuka, as the Empress of Tomorrow stamped her return after a year-long absence with a dominant performance. With the final four set, semi-final action would kick off on SmackDown with Alexa Bliss and Asuka.
Highly skilled former champions. Empress Impact.
Over on Raw, the brash Roxanne Perez walked into the semi-finals with home court advantage. Let's just say things did not go the prodigy's way against Jade Cargill.
The winner of this matchup faces Asuka in the finals of the Queen of the Ring tournament. Roxanne putting up a hell of a fight here tonight. Face first off of Jade, she's gonna face Asuka at Night of Champions.
I'm walking in to reign.
And with that, we are down to the final two. The Storm and the Empress. Less than 2 years into her WWE career, the ascendant Jade Cargill now looks to grab her first major accolade as a singles competitor. What awaits Cargill is her most threatening opponent today, Asuka. The Japanese phenomenon is looking to re-solidify her standing as the most feared woman in WWE by adding a Queen of the Ring tournament victory to her already stacked resume. The woman who emerges from the battle victorious will have a one-way ticket to SummerSlam to challenge for the World Championship.
Now they go one-on-one in the Queen of the Ring tournament finals.
The WWE Universe's eyes are fixated on this generational clash. Asuka, Jade Cargill. Who will become the 2025 Queen of the Ring?
Alright, I'm just going to swap over to my PC, so I'm going to end stream and go over there. So, see you guys in like